Dear viewers of Gaza Media, good morning and welcome again this Saturday morning for this program, The Voice. We'll be discussing some community issues, especially with the focus in the bank. The CEO of the Kudu USA will be here with us, and joining me again will also be the president of Kuda NGA, the Cultural and Development Organization. These two gentlemen will be discussing issues ranging from health project, the campaign that is going to take place in a couple of days in Nigeria to actually help the less privileged that are been suffering in the bank. And again, I will be back momentarily. Just stay tuned to Gaza Media. If you are watching, share the link to a wider audience. Yes, again, once more, you are welcome. This is the CEO of Lukudo USA, Mr. Ben Fominka, and the president of NGA, Culture and Development Organization, Mr. Everest Atem. You are both welcome to Gaza Media this morning.
Thank you, Dr. Ernest. It's my privilege to come to this program.
Okay. Mr. Evis, I know you represent NGA on this with this regard.
Thank you, Dr. Ernest, and thank you, Gaza Media, for the privilege to have us here. Extend a word to our people.
Yes, let me dive straight into the program. I will start with the president, or the CEO, rather, the CEO of the Kudu USA. I just want to do a follow-up with you. Is the transition complete, or you guys are still in the transition, the learning process of taking the thing by yourself?
Yeah, Dr. Ernest, thank you again once more. Thank you, Gaza Media, and thanks to all the sons and daughters of Leban and in the BLM, of the BLM at large that are watching us. Yeah, you know, Lukudu USA was transformed in a large spectrum. So view the complexity. The transition is ongoing. It has not yet been completed, but we are really working seriously to complete the process. And by the end of this month, November, I think everything will be true. You know, it is not just exchange of signatures as it used to be. We have invoices, we have account statement that we are going through, that is going through the transition period. So all these activities are taking place and smoothly, and as I can show you, because everything is working in the right position, in the right direction. We don't want to press things and then get some mix up. That is why the transition is taking this way. Coupled with the activities that the new executive is carrying on as well, that is what it has a little bit slowed down the process. But everything is working toward the right direction. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I know transition. Yeah, actually, there has been a lot of transformation, especially in the bank with the VDA, the Village Development Association. Mr. Evers, you also came into as a new president, just the CEO himself. Both of you are like kind of, even though new into this kind of position, but have been working in other leadership positions around. Like the CEO was explaining, how have you actually take over the control of CUDA activity in the US completely?
Thank you, Gaza, once more for the opportunity. I think this is going to be one of the first opportunity for our people to actually hear me speak ever since I was elected into office. Yes, to answer to your question, it's still in the same direction like the CEO said. It takes a little while. It's a process. The organization is not at the same position it started decades ago. So you got some paperwork that needs to be completed. We have a couple of things that needs to be put together before a complete transition can happen. But I can assure you in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks or so, that process should be done. And I think we should take the complete control of the mantle to be able to start putting in place whatever we have to do in this administration.
Yes, the CEO. I think that was last week. You were in Boston doing a fundraising. Will you mind maybe shedding us light on what you were actually doing? Because we saw some images of you. I think that was like kind of, do I say, a first open public appearance. What was actually going on in Boston and the fundraising, and what were the fund? How would the fund be directing to us?
Thank you, Dr. Ernest. As you already said, that was my first outing since we took over the command in Lukudu, USA. And I would really thank Lukudu Boston for what they did. They came out in their number to support this occasion, and it was successful. It is just the last two conventions that I saw Lukudu USA raise money more than what Lukudu Boston raised in that hall. Lukudu Boston, their initiative, as you really know, working in collaboration, as we are doing with NJA now, regarding the health campaign, is very important. It will move Leban forward. Working in collaboration, we also motivate a lot of sons and daughters of Leban who are not either registered in Boston or registered in Lukudu USA to do so. So Lukudu Boston, they plan this fundraising occasion to raise funds to sustain their their branch, and also to support the clearance of the equipment that the Kudu USA bought, and those equipment are already on the way to Cameroon. Thank God, if things works as planned, the equipment will arrive Cameroon latest at the end of this year. So we are so grateful for what the Kudu Boston did, and not just a fundraiser. They were also able to support the City of Wisdom College safety and security plan with 5 cameras from their donations, and I was so impressed. And I really use this opportunity to thank Boston chapter, starting from their president, who is the vice CEO, Brother Joseph Fuandata, who is one of our advisors, Mr. Julius Webofua, who is one of the board member, Kemtani Fondi, who is the board chair, Mr. Fabula Richard, who is a member of the executive. Powerful men, including including Kema Wungong, Make Jika, and Fowenya. These were the pioneer, because Nkema Wungong came with his friends, and they were so productive. I do know that there are some old executive members like Miss Christela Fondi, Miss Teresa Abila. These are the backbone that make this occasion successful, and I'm so proud of them. They raised close to $40,000. Can you believe that? And plus that, with a lot of security cameras to support City of Wisdom safety and security. It is our priority in this executive. So I thank Boston so much. It was my first outing, and the experience was so grateful. I thank them.
Yes, CEO, thank you so much for that wonderful elaboration and the big step that you have taken. At least I think our audience watching us now know that the Kudu would always be moving forward, as they say, forward ever and backward never. Mr. Evers, I know you came in, you delivered a speech, you were very enthusiastic during the NGA convention, both this convention I was there. Now, this seems to be like the first step that you are also taking in your own administration, partnering with the Kudu USA about the hair campaign that is coming on NGA. Do you want to give us maybe the preparation that NGA is doing to host this kind of big event?
Yes, Dr. Ernest. To answer your question, I would like to first of all begin by thanking Mary of Health from them for organizing such a big event, for always being at the helm of healthcare. I think they have done a wonderful job and they continue to do a wonderful job. And I will also want to use the opportunity to thank Lekudu for facilitating the process through the sitting CEO and also with the help of the emeritus CEO. I think the process, what they are doing is marvelous. This is decentralizing healthcare to our underprivileged population around the Fundams. So I take this to heart. Now to answer to your question, but I cannot go without thanking my team on Ground Zero. These guys are doing an amazing job. It's just been, I think, approximately 3 weeks when the date was actually picked. And ever since then, our team on Ground Zero have been working day and night to make sure the structure is well put together, to make sure all the conditions sine qua non for this occasion to hold, it's well taken care of. So I can assure you that NGA is well prepared to host this occasion. We understand we should be expecting close to 700 and over people in GA. And that takes a lot of logistics. So we are calling on all sons and daughters of Leban. This is not just an NGA thing. We are calling on everybody. And the beneficiaries are not just the people of NGA. The beneficiaries are all the villages of Leban who are coming to have this free screening with a potential treatment to follow after that. So I continue to urge every son and daughter of Leban. I think we have a flyer out there that was designed by Lekudu. We should all send it out there. Call our people and make sure between the 7 to the 9, they should find themselves in GA, get themselves screened, and there is a potential to get themselves treated. We also want to assure them that accommodation is being taken care of. Our officials will well be taken care of. NGA is ready for you guys. Thank you so much, Gaza.
Yes, thank you, Mr. CEO. Now, yeah, I'd like to hear that level of preparedness. Mr. CEO, I want to ask you about the funding, the kind of partnership that you are working with NGA to actually serve Leban people, especially during the crisis where young of Leban people migrate or shifted to NGA and become internally displaced people. It is obvious that NGA has been one of the more prominent villages in Leban in terms of contribution towards development. We've seen it through the hair campaign. I think when they came top on the list with no second, I really need to do that to encourage them. So, but my question was, in terms of logistics, how is it Kudu partnering with this village to really support them in terms of finances and the rest?
Yes, Dr. Ernest. I will first of all start by thanking our donors. They have done a very tremendous job. The remaining money that we had from last year's health campaign, that is the money that we are using to fund this NGA outreach. And we anticipate another one to happen in Wenchen, Esowa, and Takwe area. One will also be happening in Azizi, Fontem, and another one in Webeta. You can see how this donors' power is helping Okudu USA to achieve these projects. because these 4 health outreach in across LeBLM will not cost less than 8 million. And we also thank JA so much. This is the power of working in collaboration, working in partnership, because Lukudu cannot do it alone. Lukudu will always partner with village associations, with others fund to achieve the goals of our people. The screening is going to be free of charge in NJA, as the president of NJA Riley said, from the 7th to the 9th of November. That is a Thursday to Saturday. And we urge everyone in the village around the area of NJA, or in the bank entirely, or in the BLM, starting from Esota, Nka, Njensa, Kubeku, Lekong, NJA itself, Mbindia, Mbu, Bela Ngangaga, Atuchang, Azi area, Njenacha. Please, we are urging our population to go to NJA within these 3 days. You can choose to go there on a Thursday, on a Friday, or on a Saturday. Get screened free of charge and get treated. All the chronic conditions will be referred to MVO. They may be going to MVO once a week or once a month, depending on their condition. You know, we saw that our people are old. Some of our parents are old, and it was a privilege for us, as Lukudu USA is the one paying the doctors in MVO. It was a privilege for us to have this doctor move out from MVO to the suburbs and carry out this screening, so that they will at least detect any condition before it gets worse. If we do not take care of our own people, if we do not provide this kind of services to our parents, and later on we find out that this was a condition that if we detected it earlier enough, we could have done something better to help them, we'll have ourselves to blame, especially as we are the one paying these doctors, and they have the opportunity as this one to go to NJA. And thank JA for all what they have been doing. JA is so supportive. As the president already said, the planification is huge, and they have done a lot to support Lukudu USA. I thank you guys so much.
The CEO for that wonderful outreach. I mean, there's no doubt in the mind of everyone that Lukudu USA remain the giant organization in the BLM, you know, especially with the medical outreach, detecting maybe disease before they get worse is one way to do it. Let me ask the president of NJA. I think the event itself is going to take place actually in the palace, not at the head post in NJA. Is there any reason for that transfer?
Yes. Initially, the health campaign was supposed to be held at our health post. But as you know, the health post had to go through a little bit of transformation. I will not even say a little bit, it has to go through some transformation or renovation. It's a structure that it has served NJ and its neighbors for quite some time. But after the crisis, and even a little bit before then, the structure got a little bit abandoned and lost its shape, and it was not in a usable condition. So when we took office, we said this was one of the prime project that we are supposed to look into. And when this outreach came up, we thought we could hastily get into that project to make sure that this health outreach is held at that location. But on a second thought, we realized that this is not a structure that is going to be harboring only the people of NJA, be it in the near or in the long future. This is a structure that has a lot more potential. It's going to be serving NJ and its neighbors. So we didn't want to go into any hasty work because there is quite some work to be done there, and we want to put it to stand.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Evis, had it was in good shape, does the structure itself have the capacity to contain the amount? You listen to the CEO mention different villages that will be coming. You yourself, you have seen past images, how this health campaign has always turned out to be. Do you think the health post itself, even if it was in a good shape, would it be able to accommodate?
I would not say it will be able to accommodate, unfortunately, Gaza. And this is one place that I think NJ, and let me just use this opportunity to send this out there as a word to, I know one of our biggest partner is Lekudu and also maybe the Menji Council. I believe NJ has has occupied a position very firm in Abang, especially during this period of crisis that a lot of villages were fleeing. NJ stood firm. They stood their grounds. On the contrary, they opened their doors and received a lot of people in NJ, even foreigners whom some at this point are even considering resettling in NJ. And I believe a structure like ours, the health post that we have, should be able to accommodate a bigger population, a population in the size of this one. What we have right now cannot contain that population. And that is why we had to move it from that location to the palace where it can contain that.
Okay. Now, let me just do a quick follow-up before I get back to the CEO. So in a development organization, you now at the helm here in the diaspora, I believe the general president is in Cameroon. Do you think, are you guys thinking that instead of just rehabilitating that one year, only this small micro project or microfinances, do you think that you want to apply for grant, maybe through the Minji Municipal Council, to do an extension to maybe to become a health center as other places?
Exactly. That is the point I was trying to make, that I believe the Menji Health Council is one of our biggest partners. And in times like this, we believe we can run to them for micro and macro projects. And at this point, we are not just looking at a health post. We believe NJ deserves a health center that should be well structured and put together to receive populations like this, to be able to hold events like this one. At this point, what we have cannot do it. And this is a plea to, I would say, to the Menji Council to understand that this is a dire need for the people of NJ. NJ is one of the most populated villages right now in Lebanon. And to say NJ just has, I would say, a non-existent health post, I think it's a little bit, it's not, it doesn't look good, especially considering the kind of partnership they have, the positive side they have been in this relationship, be it with the council and also even with Lekudu in sustaining a lot of projects that have been going on in Lebanon. So I strongly believe at this point, what NJ needs is a health center, not a health post. And we all know that is supposed to come from our administrators. So thank you so much, guys, for following up with that question.
Yeah, thank you. Let me go back to the CEO. Now, the CEO, I just want us to touch, time is almost running out. I just want us to touch base. Yes, you mentioned during your opening statement, you talk about the road project. The dry season is coming. I know I had one of the meeting with you a couple of months. We're talking that, God willing, work should resume by December. We are now November. That means next month. Any level of preparedness?
Yes, Dr. Ernest. You know, Lekudu USA, Lekudu partners with all other branches of Lekudu everywhere. Were able to purchase 2 equipments that they are on their way to Cameroon now. And as I said earlier, everything works well. Those equipment will arrive Cameroon at the end of December. So we are looking forward to have those equipment arrive in Douala. We get them coupled and start working immediately when they get to Fontem. We are so happy to, as I was talking about partnership, the power of partnership. We are so happy to have the folklore that will manage this that will manage the equipment, and immediately as they get to Fontem, we all know that the dry season is around the corner. Immediately as they get to Fontem, they will start the work on that road project that we started last year. But beside that, we still have a contractor that, because of the season, they could not continue. So if things work well, that contractor can also continue with that process before our own equipment get to the to Fontem. Yeah, and I will also use this opportunity to plead to all sons and daughters of Leban. View the management of this process. We saw the transparency in it. We saw how serious everybody is, the committee is working. Please, I will also ask that those who have not yet contributed a dime or are still waiting to contribute, please do so now. Your dime will be used on the project that is intended for. Lukudu USA and Lukudu and the committee are bound to work, see that all money raised are put in this project. A dime will not go anywhere. We took over from a very transparent executive, and my executive is also bound to follow the transparency, to follow the management, to follow the contracts of this committee, and make sure that the project is completed as intended. Our goals will be achieved when this project is well executed and accomplished. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes, Mr. Evans, any last word to again? I want you to remind the audience again. It will start on the 7th to the 9th. That's Thursday to Saturday.
Yes, the last word I can say is I still want to thank Lekudu for this partnership, for facilitating this process. I want to thank my team on Ground Zero for the wonderful job they've been doing. I equally want to thank Nkuda USA for the enormous work they have been doing all this while. The resources they have been pushing to make sure that some of these projects happen here and back home. And lastly, I will also want to thank Ameri of Health for continuing to be at the helm of healthcare in Leban. So come November 7th through the 9th, we are expecting to have as many people as possible in JA to get themselves screened with a possible follow-up of treatment. Do not be afraid. The fee is free. There is no fee. Come. Sometimes we could sit home believing that we are healthy. Over the past years, a lot of conditions have been discovered for people who thought they were healthy. But when they got to these screening sessions, a lot was discovered. So please come on the 7th through the 9th, get yourself screened. The fee is free. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you in JA then.
Okay, thank you, Mr. CEO. Any last word before I wrap up? I know you still have much, so that time is limited, but I think you are on the right path.
Yes, Doctor. I will not go without talking about the safety and security of the Seat of Wisdom College. That is our priority. We really thank Professor Nzengung for the 3 cameras that he has donated. We really thank His Right Highness Fominka and his notable. They have donated. They have given us 2 cameras. We really thank Sister Prudencia Atabongkeng. She donated 1 camera. We thank Dr. Bellet Cornelius in Boston, 1 camera. Brajo Fuandata, 1 camera. and the good friends of Nkema Wungong, Mike and Jika, they donated us, they gave us 3 cameras. So please, we are really, really happy because the safety and security of City of Wisdom College is our priority. Although we have hidden cameras in the campus right now as we speak, the Board of Trustees recently approved 15 solar poles to be planted in that campus, still to reinforce safety and security, because we know that the electricity in the campus is not 24/7. It cannot function 24/7. That is why we were so happy to see the board approve this project for 15 solar poles to be planted in that campus to foster security and safety. That is our priority. We also thank Mary Health and the Folklore for the management of that campus. And I will not end without thanking NJA so much for the help that they have been giving the Kudu USA. NJA is one of our villages that we'll be proud of. As the president rightly said, if you see what NJA is going through to put things in order before this health campaign goes through, and the health campaign will host like more than 700 people in the bank. And also, please, let me touch this. We also have a lot of schools that are now open in Fontaine in Lebang. And these schools have these schools has more than 700 students. So, and the priority for us is to assure good management, good process, and to provide safety and security in these schools. So we thank the villages that they were able to start these schools, and we'll partner with them. Lokudu USA is with you guys all the time. We assure you that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. CEO. I hope to see you all soon, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. So, dear viewers of Gaza Media, we have finally come to the end of this segment. You've been listening to the president of NGA Culture and Development Organization, Mr. Evers, who has been explaining how he's going to host, his community will host this wonderful hair campaign that will provide free screening, treatment, and medication to the neighboring villages and the local who cannot afford hair care. And of course, the CEO, who are the main sponsor, has been here with us and explaining. So we urge you all guys to stay tuned to Gaza Media as we continue to bring you update on what is happening. And again, this is The Voice. You must speak your mind, but the truth. Again, I'm Ernest Kumba.